Hey guys, welcome back to Shed Show Talk with me, Paul, and I have a lot to get through today. There's been so much go on in ufology over this last week since I put a video out that there's a few things that you guys need to know about what's happening in disclosure and the efforts on disclosure. But first of all, I want to show you this video here. This was an ambulance driver. He was attending a scene of an accident, and this object was actually hovering over the ocean and was mimicking his ambulance's emergency flashes. In about 1 second, it was 5 miles south of him. So he says there was a traffic accident on the freeway. The object caught his attention when it started flashing to the west of him. He turned his emergency lights off, it stopped flashing, and then when he turned them back on again, this object started flashing again. So it was almost like I put my lights on, he puts his lights on. Maybe, you'd sit on the top of a hill flashing at somebody and somebody would flash you back. But it looks like that this craft was trying to communicate somehow with the emergency services. So I'm going to play the whole video now, and you guys can kind of make your own mind up what's going on here. And then we're going to zoom in on this object to get a bit of a closer look at it. So let's take a look at this now.
UFO.
All right, so what do you guys think is going on here? You can see here, I'm going to go back a little bit in the video here. Let's take this one right here where it seems that it's largest. You can see that this object in the sky is blue at this point. Let's take a bigger look at that. There we go. Okay, so this object in the sky is mimicking this first responder that's responded to this accident, and it's flying at incredible speeds. Like he said, within minutes, it had just completely moved away from them. But what do you guys think? What do you think that is? Like, it just, for me, seems like there's some kind of communication going on here with this object. I'm not 100% certain why it would be mimicking the ambulance, but you can see here his lights are off as we go back, and then it kind of, again, like he says, they turn the lights on, there we go, bang, this thing starts flashing emergency light colors. It's like probably one of the most bizarre contacts with a UFO in the sky that I've seen. And what makes it so relevant is that this is, of course, caught by an ambulance driver. This guy is there to save lives and assist people that might be injured. And this thing is watching them do their job. I'd love to know what you guys think this is, and is this some kind of communication? Because, of course, here on Shed Show, one of the things that we're looking at is trying to reach out and to communicate with our alien visitors from wherever they may be from, whether it's another dimension, time travelers, whatever they could be, and to sit down and to get a feel for the reason why A, they're visiting us, and B, we haven't had, that moment where they've sat with us on an interview with any YouTuber and come out or landed on the White House lawn. We're really looking for that eureka moment when it comes to our visitors. Absolutely. Are we being visited? Yes. Are they aliens? I believe they are. Could they be time travelers? Possibly. Some people put these things down to being angels in the sky. I don't know why any one of those pre-mentioned anomalies or things, aliens, would mimic an ambulance, but very clearly here, as you can see, it does. What an amazing sighting coming out of California here of this UFO mimicking an ambulance. That for me is just mesmerizing. I don't know what you guys think to that, but it's truly bizarre. And you can see here the lights go off, the lights go on, and this thing does exactly as he says. It mimics their ambulance. Really interesting. Okay, I'm going to go on to another sighting that's took place. This is a place I've visited. It's in Africa. It's on a tiny island called Cape Verde. And these people were taking holiday shots. And in their holiday shots, they caught this object on one of their pictures. They said they didn't even see it in the sky, that this thing must have been moving at an incredible speed. And I've got to tell you, Cape Verde is a beautiful place in the world. It's a island. It's part of Africa, and there's many things to see, do, and relax on this island. And we really enjoyed our time there. I went out there with a couple of friends. I did not see any UFOs, but this island probably has two planes come in each day. So I came in on a Thomas Cook flight from the UK, spent a week there. I actually spent half of the week laid up in my hotel room with my friends having to bring food and stuff like that because I pulled out my back after getting a massage. It was the clean type of massage. It was just in the hotel complex, and I guess they push one of my discs out into my spine, and I ended up being in the hotel room for like half of the holiday. But you can take tours on quad bikes and actually see the island. And the people there lead really frugal lives, but they're so friendly. It's such a nice place to visit. If you're ever looking at going to Africa, then I would totally say go to Cape Verde. I one day will return. But imagine snapping this on your holiday photos, looking back and then saying, what on earth is that? So I figured I'd ask you guys what you think this is. Is this kind of a fly or, something? I just don't know. It kind of has the shape of a blackbird, but they've been out of service for a long time. And for them to not notice this thing in the sky, I mean, is there some kind of optical illusion going on here? Is this thing that appears to be kind of like out over here, is it actually something that's closer to the lens? But, if it was, wouldn't it be covering something further over here? I don't know. I was totally interested when I saw this picture. I thought I'd put it to all you Shed Show talkers out there to see if you think this is an alien craft being caught on film by these holiday makers or if it was something else. All right, let's go on to our last subject today that I want to cover. All right, here is the latest update on disclosure, and you'll notice Tom DeLonge, he was the former frontman of Blink 182, who left his lucrative pop career to study in the field of ufology. And right before the elections, Tom DeLonge was saying that we were going to have disclosure, that it was about to come at any time, and that came to pass. And I've spoken about Tom in many of my videos leading up to that period of where he was convinced we were going to get disclosure. But this time, he has started an academy up, which is called To the Stars Academy Arts of Science. And he has with him some esteemed individuals that are looking to research into the UFO phenomena, as it would be. And he's actually been asking for funding off you and me, the general public, to try and advance this. So he's got the former senior intelligence services, the CIA Directorate of Operations. He's got former program director for advanced systems with Lockheed Martin Skunk Works, and we've had a lot out of Lockheed Martin Skunk Works in terms of disclosure. We had Boyd Bushman that came out there that showed us pictures of aliens, and I really want to do a deeper investigative look at Boyd Bushman, and we'll be doing it in the future as into who he was, who knew him, and if this guy was real or not, which I don't think anybody has properly done yet. Then we've got former director of programs to investigate unidentified aerial threats. This is an actual department within the US government where this guy was commissioned to look at unexplained aerial phenomena. And then Chris Mellon, who was a consult to the US government for national security matters, minority staff director for the Senate Intelligence Committee. So these are some pretty hard hitters which he's got here. All right, so what I want to know here is that who are these people? And if I take a look onto their website, then these guys are saying that they're looking at stuff in the public interest, in the outer edges of science and the understanding of phenomena that has always been suffocated by mainstream ideology and bureaucratic constraint. But these guys are the very people that have developed our weapons technology. They're the very people that have been kind of on the edge, on the fringe of our science, as it would be, or have been involved in the US intelligence in terms of the CIA and other organizations. So these guys know better. What I want to say to Tom is, let's get these people not only researching into this, but let's get them to let us know what they know. I mean, it's very difficult when you work in one of these public services to take these files because that would be theft and so on and so forth. But we absolutely know that there's something going on in our skies and within our universe. If you actually look at life on our planet, whether that be the grass that grows in your backyard, or every second, just while we've done this video, millions and millions of life forms have been born on this planet, on one individual planet. What makes people think that that doesn't happen over the universe time and time again just blows my mind when people think that we are the only planet in the whole universe that harbors life. Of course we're not. But what do you guys think to what Tom DeLonge is doing? I'm going to put a link to his full video in the description below so you guys can check that out and see what Tom DeLonge's up to. I think that what really does it for me is that Tom has said we're going to get disclosure. He's been in contact with high level government officials and disclosures come in, and we're going to have an announcement within 4 weeks, and then that announcement just kind of didn't happen. And that really bothers me when people are actually saying these things and then nothing comes of it. So this is the website that I'm just bringing up here, Tom DeLonge's website right here. And just close my email. There we go. So here we go. Here's Tom DeLonge's website right here. And I mean, I don't know. Like, I want something more. Like, do we have evidence? Can we get them in front of us, Tom? I mean, it's interesting. He's got a how you can help section. I'll put a link to his website as well, and then you guys can have a look through it. It's really interesting to me that he's kind of gone in this direction as opposed to I don't know, the full disclosure that he was speaking about. No doubt these people are to not be ignored. There are some heavy hitters here that have worked in the top secret echelons of the US government and other organizations. I mean, I don't think we can ignore what Tom DeLonge is doing, and I really hope that he opens something up. I'm always wary when people are asking for donations because I think that this could change our complete understanding of life as we know it. It could bring something to humanity that really changes the course for us as we move forward. Nevertheless, I applaud the efforts that Tom is making here, but like, can't we just get these aliens in front of us? All of these people are saying that they're out there, that they've had face-to-face contact with these aliens, and so on and so forth. Why have we not had that? Let's sit in front, let's do an interview, and that is what I'm after. So if there are aliens amongst us, as people say, and there's aliens listening to this right now, come find me, send me an email, let's meet up, let's get disclosure out there, because I truly think that these aliens want disclosure. But at the end of it all, we haven't had that eureka moment that we're looking for here on Shed Show Talk. I have had some experiences recently which are out of this world, literally, but nothing that's just that definitive smoking gun. And I'm going to be sharing that story with you in my next video. I just put all of the pictures and all of the evidence that I've collected. Let's see if I can pull one or two of these up for you. Um, since I've been doing Shed Show Talk, I have had some really strange things happen. So this thing here, I'm driving down the road, and all of these birds are in the middle of the road, and literally where you see that lineup of birds, I'm just going to stick my whiteboard up here. The rain had stopped. Um, it was raining and it had literally stopped on the other side of where these birds are. And for some reason, my whiteboard won't let me draw on this right now. And then there's other things. I've had birds all around my property, just flying all around it, just like literally circling where I live. And I'm just throwing these pictures out here, and there's so many stories. You can see all of these birds right here, just flying around tree line that kind of surrounds my property. And this comes on the back of some pretty big UFO sightings that I've had, and of course I try and document it. I mean, I have so many, and sorry for like the massive pictures that I'm putting up here on the screen in front of you. But literally, I had this UFO follow me home. I had some UFO investigators um, come and visit me in my local bar after doing an interview. And it's just so weird that these things happen. And there we go. You can just see I did a selfie here with this UFO. You can just see my ear in the picture. And this was over a sacred site that's near to where I live. But I really want to explain this story in full to you because, I've had text messages from people that live with me, talking about all of these weird things happening. These birds, we've had crows, we've had magpies, we've had all sorts of different birds just land in the acreage, and it always seems to correspond with these UFO events that happen. I was out taking the pull down with my dog the other day, and this enormous UFO drops out of the sky. And honestly, when I hear people tell these stories, I think they're absolutely crazy. But the fact that this is happening to me and has done over, the last 3 or 4 months, I just it just opens my mind to so much more of what's going on out there. So stick with me. I'm going to tell my story, but really, if there are aliens listening, and if that's you guys flying over and following me home, and I have witnesses to this, I'm going to bring them on the show and we're going to talk about it a little bit more. Then I want more. Land in front of my vehicle while I'm driving. I'm absolutely not frightened of meeting you. So that's my message to the aliens. I hope Tom DeLonge's intentions are pure. I think they are. But I guess time will tell. Check out his video that I'm going to put below and let me know what you think of that. Okay, before we go, it's comment time. Okay, the comment that I chose was a little bit controversial to me, but nevertheless, I'm going to show it anyway. He says, "Stop this bullcraft. Don't talk about this. Live it alone." I'm guessing that's leave it alone. To a government, you don't have the capacity about this shit. It is nothing against to you. What can you do? So the way I interpret that is that he's probably saying that there's nothing I can do about it. Well, I completely disagree. I think if we all get together and we put enough pressure on and we share enough videos and we tell our friends that we believe in aliens and UFOs, I think that will encourage more people to come forward. And as our channel's grown, we've had some more comments harassing than before. I'm totally cool with that. You guys are entitled to your opinion. if you don't want anybody to talk about this, don't search for our videos. This guy's clearly just a moron. Like, there's nothing else to it. I love reading these comments. Like, there's some great comments. There's some very loving people out there, like Benny Loco, and lots of you guys that leave really good comments, and that's what keeps us going, is because we know this is true, and we're looking truthfully. We're not going to make anything up. We're not going to show anything that we don't know that might not be true. We're just looking into the whole subject and researching it ourselves. And that's what this channel is about. It's about me and Beth on our journey, looking at things that just don't seem right that are out there. Guys, thank you for watching the video all the way to the end. I know I've waffled on a little bit in this video. I just had so much to talk about, and I really appreciate you guys. I thank you for the likes on the videos, the comments, and subscribing, and just keeping us going when, you know, there are people out there that just don't want to look at this subject at all. They want to hide behind their TVs and just watch what the mainstream media is putting out there. These are true events. It's happening. I can't tell you exactly what they are, but I can tell you that something is happening, and we're going to try and find out. We're going to try and get to the bottom of all of these questions which people are asking, and we're doing that in our own way by documenting each week UFOs, by interviewing people that have had those experiences, and also by trying to attract the unexplained aerial phenomena closer to us. Like, I'm willing to board a spaceship. I don't know how many other people would be, but I really want to try and get us into the universal community and out of this. We're humans and we're so great. Like, I really want to join us in what is truly great, which is something that is out there. So I will never stop talking about this, and no comments or harassment or anything like that that you can do to me is going to stop me looking into this subject. Good luck. You've got better chance doing something else with your time than trying to harass me, because it's just not going to work, buddy. Nice try. Guys, again, thanks. Stay safe. Keep your eyes to the sky. There's UFOs up there. There's unexplained aerial phenomena all over the place. And I guarantee you, if you keep your eyes to the sky, it's not going to be long before you've had a sighting and you're sending it as in here to shedshowtalk@gmail.com. Stay safe, people.